My husband and I work in a pile of different aspects of agriculture, so I'm also a farmer. I have beef cows, he's a grain farmer. We have food products that we have taken direct from the farm to the market. So it's given us an opportunity to see lots of different aspects of the Saskatchewan agriculture story as opposed to just the primary production or just the scientific end. Well, I've been involved in farming and our family's been involved in farming for many generations, and it's part of who we are and part of our blood. But I realize that there's people who live right around here that don't know what we do and don't understand. Just like I live in the middle of the oil and gas sector and I don't actually understand their issues. So I thought it was an opportunity to share our story with people around here and hopefully give them a sense of pride and accomplishment in what their province delivers. I work with all of Canada's livestock and poultry sectors to help them address production limiting diseases, help them to find solutions to diseases that make their animals sick, improve their welfare, make the food safer. I also work with them sort of as a translation scientist, so taking complex ideas that are either difficult or obscure and helping them find ways that they can actually apply and make differences in their industry. And lastly, I work with the industry and regulators to make sure that the regulations we have governing food safety in Canada both work for consumers and the public, but also work for industry. But I would tell moms that it's good to question the safety of your food. It's good to question everything that goes on with your kids, the education system, the healthcare system. But there's a difference between questioning and digging to learn and being cynical and not trusting. We know in Canada, again, because of that evidence-based decision making, that we produce some of the safest food, not only in the world, but across time. And so if moms really look through some of the marketing that's based on emotion, look for that factual-based evidence to make sure that they feel confident in what they're feeding their children, and know that the conventionally produced food in Canada is every bit as safe as the niche label market foods. Our family's been involved in farming for as many generations back as we can remember, and it's both a privilege and a huge responsibility to produce food that feeds the world. Personally, I'm driven by the challenge of producing more, safer food with fewer resources, which is the challenge as the world population grows. And doing that while not only maintaining the environment I've been given, but improving it and being a steward. So I will know that I've succeeded in that if I'm able to pass on a farm and an industry to my children and grandchildren, that they'll have the same opportunities we had. October is Agriculture Month, and this year's theme is Our Food Has a Story. What's yours? Share it with us this October.